that all three of us could be here together tonight, because we certainly didn't have this when we were going through our ascension process. So that's why we're here tonight, because we want to give you the information.
Yes, we do. Thanks, Corey. Yep. How about you, Peyton?
Hi, everyone. I'm Peyton. I am an intuitive and a channel. Like Corey, I'm also an energy healer as well. And I help lightworkers and sensitives unlock their spiritual gifts and master their psychic abilities so that they can live happier, healthier lives. And I'm so excited that we're doing this, because it is my passion to share this information with everyone, because this information and these tools that we're going to be talking about are absolutely transformative. I don't think there's anything you can do that will change your life more profoundly than understand these concepts and have some of the tools that we're going to be talking about. So I'm super excited to be here.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Peyton. We're excited you're all here too. And then and I am Yaila. I am an intuitive teacher and healer, as well as a theta practitioner. So I really help my clients strengthen their intuition and also clear those subconscious beliefs that get them stuck in everyday life. So that's really been my passion and my life's journey. And of course, partnering with Peyton and Corey, known these ladies for years, and we've actually developed our skills with each other at points in time. So we're all really excited to be here with you all tonight. So for tonight's topic, we are going to be discussing what is grounding and why is it important. Maybe you've never heard of it, maybe you have, but each of us are going to kind of share our own perspective on that, and we'll just jump right in. So Peyton, how about you? How would you like to kick us off tonight with grounding?
Sure. Well, grounding, I think, is probably one of the most important things that anyone who is intuitive, sensitive, or spiritual needs to understand. It's really the backbone of our spiritual practice. And it's one of the most important things the guides tell us that we can do to move easily through the ascension process, ground our bodies and stay in our hearts. So what does that mean? Well, grounding to me is really a way to reconnect your physical body with the energy of the planet. Most of us spend our time, surrounded by our electronic devices, wearing rubber-soled shoes, being indoors, and we're separated from the energy of the planet just by our daily life. And so all grounding really is reconnecting yourself. And there's so many different ways to ground your energy, but one of the easiest ways is just to get out in nature. If you can get in the ocean or walk barefoot on the grass, anything that puts you in contact with nature will ground your energy, which basically just cleanses and resets your energetic field. And so one of the ways that I like to teach my clients to ground their energy, especially if they can't get out in nature, maybe you have a job where you're in an office all day, is to also use meditation or visualization practices, which is something all three of us, I think, actually teach, is people to ground their energy through meditation and visualization. Mm-hmm. But you can also just ground your energy. One of the best ways is just to lay on the ground and get the back of your chakras pressed into the ground. It's a great, super quick way that you can drain a lot of that energy that keeps you feeling a little anxious, a little stressed out, a little tense. And that's what grounding helps you do. It helps you balance. It helps you recenter. And so there are so many ways to do it. Really, the most important thing is to find one that works for you and one that will work with your daily schedule, and use it. You really can't overdo this one.
Absolutely. How about for you, Corey? What would you say, what does grounding look like for you, and why is it important? And, how would you know you need it?
Actually, that's great. That's a great question. And Peyton, I loved your explanation of it. So eloquent, the way that you put that. One of the things about grounding is, for me, is it really keeps me balanced. Before I started this journey, I was in a relationship that went south. And I couldn't focus. I had so much anxiety. It was like a PTSD. And I mean, I walked around like that for several years. And then when I learned grounding techniques, suddenly all the anxiety and the focus, the lack of focus was all gone. And so I too love to do it in a meditative state with visualization. Say that fast 3 times. That is my favorite way to do it. Though I love going out in nature, being able to, you hear a lot about go hug a tree, and you think, oh no, like hug a tree, really? But it works. It really works. Getting into the water, the ocean. I love to paddleboard, and just getting out there with fresh air instantly takes any of the stress, the anxiety away. And it's connecting to Mother Earth. We live here on Mother Earth. She provides so much for us. And she is really a stable force for all of us. And so visualizing being grounded either into Mother Earth or just on Mother Earth has been life-changing for me. It's kind of Ascension 101 for me, because I always lived in a state of like, ah. And in today's world, it's easy to be in that state of mind. So I ground first thing in the morning. I get up and do my tea and sit down and ground. And I do mine with meditation. I do mine with meditation and visualization. And that's what works for me, grounding into Mother Earth. And it helps it makes my day go so much better, because I feel connected. I can be in the here and the now. So, and I mean, I'll even do it when I'm driving my car.
That's next level grounding.
If I have to, that's, yes, true.
That's grounding 2.0. I love it. Thank you, Corey.
That's the next video.
I love it. Well, and like, yeah. But, like Peyton and Corey both said, meditate, right? Like Peyton and Corey both said, all of us practice a form of meditation to get grounded. How I think of grounding, it's almost like I'm a big hiker. So when I go hiking, I physically can see the dust and the dirt on my shoes. Sometimes it gets up on my pants. Sometimes it's like in my nail, like, you just kind of feel the grime all over you. And I think of grounding kind of like that, because when we're moving through our daily life, we're picking up energy from other people. So whether it's people you don't know, your work, things on TV, on the other side of the phone, we're constantly exchanging energy. And what happens is we get other people's, energy particles basically in our space. And what grounding does for me, how I visualize it, it's releasing everybody else's energy and calling back my own. So you just feel more like yourself. So I kind of call it my energetic shower for the day. And like Corey is mentioning, I like to ground first thing in the morning. It just really sets my day up. And then I also like to ground at night if possible. Sometimes that wasn't always the case. But when I first started the energy work, I was working as a health coach with back-to-back phone calls. It's like 15, 20 people a day. So it was like tapping into people's lives and, basically getting their energy in my space all day long. And I had no idea that I was doing that. And I'm a huge empath. And so after a couple months, I was just exhausted. I couldn't, basically function outside of going to work and coming home. I basically went into hermit mode because I was just so impacted by everybody else's energy. When I learned a grounding meditation, I literally started to feel like myself again. And so now the practices that I use, the meditation, I'm also, like I said, a big hiker. So I love to be outside, like Peyton and Corey both mentioned, just connected with Mother Nature. All of us are lucky to live in San Diego, so we can go put our feet in the ocean. But the times when I didn't live in San Diego, or even times where maybe I can't take a trip to the beach, I love to take a nice big Epsom salt bath as well. That's always been kind of my nice release, because there's something about salt water that really cleanses my space, just helps me feel more grounded. I have a nutrition background, so when I'm wanting to feel more grounded and rooted, I'll eat more root vegetables. So beets, potatoes, turnips, those types of things. So like actual root type vegetables really help to ground my body as well. So just more, the closest to Mother Nature, I think the best, and following some type of meditation where you're visualizing, releasing the other energy. You can do it in the shower, you can do it by yourself, just sitting on a chair. So there's a lot of different ways, but it's really important, like both Corey and Peyton said, to ground, because you basically get your own energy back. You connect to Mother Earth. You kind of feel like your soul essence versus all the other people and things you've been interacting with. But yeah. Anybody else? Does anybody else want to add anything to grounding?
One other
Oh,
thing.
you know what is what are, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, Peyton.
I was just going to mention that we've each talked about a couple different techniques that we use, but another one that we haven't mentioned is breath work. Can be a really great way, especially for people who have trouble grounding. And I'm one of those people, because being very intuitive, I spend so much time in my upper chakras and don't pay as much attention to my lower chakras, which is how we ground our energy. And so breath work I've been with lately really brings me into my body in a way that meditation doesn't always quite get me fully grounded. So for anyone who has trouble, getting fully grounded, using some of these other techniques, breath work for me lately has been really kind of transformative and really bringing me back into my body, which of course is what we're trying to do when we ground.
Love that.
Yeah, and you know what? I love that too, Peyton, because one of the reasons, actually, I couldn't meditate for many, many years. I couldn't meditate because the definition for me of meditation was sitting and making my mind get quiet. And I have a lot of energy. I have a lot of energy type person. And so I just never did meditation. But for me, because I was taught, right, and I teach this as well, is by doing meditation by visualization was a game changer for me. And that alone helped me ground, because it helped me be present by doing the visualization meditations. And that helped me ground a lot.
Yeah, I think that visualizations are super helpful for people who have trouble quieting the mind.
Yeah.
I have a very chatty, active mind. And so if I have something to focus on, just like what you were saying, Corey, I had the exact same thing. And I think this can be really helpful too for people who are very left brain analytical. Silencing the mind can be kind of tricky. So I think you make a great point.
Yep. I concur with both of that. Same thing, I try to do meditation where you just focus on like an instrument in a song or, random little things. It was only until I started doing the guided visualization and grounding where I was really able to calm my mind. And now I have an easier time with the other types, but the guided visualization was the easiest one for me to start with too. Cool. Well, that's all about grounding, what grounding is and the importance of it. Corey, if people want to find out more about you, where can they reach you?
Well, you can reach me at myintuition.net. It's where I teach classes, and you can view some of the classes that I'm teaching. Otherwise, you can find me on Instagram, Corey Jean, Jeen, the makeup queen, because I'm still transitioning from my makeup to the clairvoyant. I do have some of my clairvoyant teachings and stuff on there as well. Corey Jean, the makeup queen. That's Instagram. And Twitter is Corey Jean, Jeen, D. And Facebook is Corey Davidson. So you can find me there.
Thank you, Corey. Peyton, how about you? If people want to get a hold of you, where can they find you?
You can find me on social media at Peyton Energetics, which is the name of my company. And you can find me on my website, which is peytonenergetics.com, where you can find all of my classes and some great freebies, a great abundance meditation, some grounding information, and all about my latest class, the Spiritual Black Belt program, where I'm teaching light workers and spiritual fans how to ground their energy in these 5D energies that we're moving into. Some great tools and techniques. So.
Awesome. Thank you, Peyton. And for those of you who would like to learn more about my practice, you can find me at yailaweddle.com. And I also have I have a basic grounding meditation, a heart opening meditation that's free. I have weekly updates that I offer and some courses available to people. Or you can just find me on social media on Instagram at Yaila, Yaila. And I post updates. And thirdly, myintuition.net as well. I teach some classes with Corey at the same school, so you can check out all those upcoming classes. Well, thank you so much, ladies, for providing your wonderful insights and tools and information. And thank you all for watching. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you next time.